All right. Mr. OLL, Mr.
AB
Flying,
OK class.
Mr. Flying Eagle.
Yeah.
How's the lag the last days? Is it still
It depends. Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't.
Is it
Like,
bad for
last
training?
Lucid run was super bad.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, in training it's free. It's just like when a lot of stuff happens on the screen.
Yep. Okay. All right. So where are you at? What level are you at? 230.
240 right now.
240. Ah, nice.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Thanks.
How does it feel to see that experience bar barely go up anymore?
Oh, I never trained since.
Okay. All right.
I want to finish my Mesa gear and to one-shot with Seekers before I train to make it the most efficient as I can.
Right. So how do you know roughly how strong you need to be for Seekers to be able to do that?
So people are saying 13 mil range and 110 crit damage plus.
Mm-hmm. And max nodes and arcane power bonus.
Yeah. But I have those. It's
yeah, of course when you get to that kind of. So wait, what did I say? 16 mil range?
13 for
13.
Arcana.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. On 100% crit and then 110% crit damage. Yeah.
Yeah. Right now I can two-shot and without like high angling skill, without other skills that are beneficial for mobbing.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, so you're very close. Is there any shenanigans where you just like spam the... Sorry, what are the balls called again?
Seekers.
Seeker. Is there any shenanigans where you like just reactivate Seeker over and over and you just spam the Seekers? Like in the olden days? Do you know what I'm talking about?
No, I'm kind of a new player, so I don't really know what are the old days.
Well, if you like activate Seeker and then deactivate and you just spam that, then you constantly just send a bunch of Seeker balls through the map, right?
Oh yeah, that's exactly what you do. We have a button to just summon them.
Okay.
So you just summon them.
All right.
And then if passive procs, well, it doesn't really matter because the goal is to one-shot with the one you press.
Right, and then they all seek a different target because they know they're gonna one-shot? Or as much as possible, I guess, yeah. As much as...
Well, I guess they hit, and then they spawn a passive one, and it kills.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, effectively you just, like, put in a summon, which is just clearing. But it's not really one summon, because it's like...
Right, okay.
Summons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The summons from the summons, they kill the... Okay, so then you have the... Do you really have, like, the whole map full of... Seekers, then, the whole time? Basically?
Well, not really, because mobs have to respawn.
Right, but do they hang around for a little bit, or do they despawn pretty quickly, the Seekers?
It's hard to tell, because sometimes they don't disappear because the lag is there.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the lag helps you?
Yeah, actually it does, because Seekers live longer.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay. You're basically like old Demon Avenger, where you just mass spam nether shields and they just fly around, kill everything.
Yeah, I guess it's kind of similar. Just Seekers can populate more.
So is that
don't just stay?
Is that what you do like the whole way up to 275?
Depends, because if you move too quickly through the levels, your Seekers are not strong enough to one-shot.
Right.
So you switch to Roar Army.
Yeah. And then the Seekers finish or do some extra killing on the side.
Yeah, so yeah, it's pretty much like you use Roar and you summon Seekers, and they can just travel to the targets you didn't hit and clear them.
Right, okay. Mm-hmm. So the goal is, in Arcana to definitely keep your keep doing your dailies and keep your arcane power up, and then if you want to go to a new area, then you will need to make some upgrades.
Yeah.
Well, your
I'm
critical
probably
damage is
staying in
higher.
Arcana for a long time,
Mm-hmm.
and pretty much until I can one-shot with Seekers in Aspera, and then I will just see what I do.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So I mean, like
yeah.
my end goal is pretty much hard will, so I'm not sure if I even train after I hit 250.
Right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Maybe if there's some crazy experience in some areas or something, or it's very easy, or
Yeah.
there's a lot of events. Yeah. Then maybe. Otherwise, what would you work on? Would you just work a little bit on Legion to get everything up to speed, basically?
So, as I see myself right now,
Mm-hmm.
I don't really want to grind past 250 because that's just too much time.
Right.
So I wanted to get AB to hard lucid, hard will, and then do the same for Demon Slayer.
Okay. That's the character you... Because you have leveled quite a few characters. That's the one you like the most?
Well, I mean, Kana was just free.
Yeah. True.
Demon Slayer, I just love Demon Slayer.
Mm-hmm.
Evan was from Burning. Hero, I tried to play Hero, but I created Hero before I created AB, and I knew really little, so I just quit him.
Mm-hmm.
And Phantom is I burn him right now.
I see. Okay.
So, but he's just so bad that I don't really feel like I need to force myself and finish.
Yeah, I gotta get that level 3 link, dude. You're so close.
Yeah. I count on it for 100% functional crit rate
Yeah.
for my Trinity and Seekers.
Yeah, I saw that, yeah. Is there, do you have any crit and any attacks? Or is it all just the same?
From boost notes, I
Mhm.
have 5% for Trinity, for Supernova, and for Seekers. So
Okay.
it's pretty much for AB you stay at 95%
Yeah, you stay at
crit
95.
rate.
Right. And you're at 89 now, buffed?
Yeah. So it's buffed with all the skills I can maintain 100% uptime.
Mm-hmm.
So like sharp eyes, self buffs, and stuff.
Yeah. So the goal is to get the Phantom to 10, and then you get 1 more % from... Can you get 1 more % from like decent combat orders, or from a familiar, or...
Yeah, I can.
Or in the... Yeah, maybe in the Legion grid you move 1 piece a little bit. If you go over to boss damage, right?
I won't bother too much about that 1%.
Mm-hmm.
But pretty much like as my Legion grows, maybe I will just get one.
Yeah, eventually. I mean, if you extend the line, then it's gonna go through crit rate and then go down into boss damage. So eventually you'll get that 1% like there, and then it'll be fine, right?
Yeah. Yeah, because like, I will get my Hayato, my Mechanic soon, my Arc soon, and then I will work on Jet and Shade,
Mm-hmm.
and that's already 5 extra squares. So
Yeah.
if I like plan everything really well, I can hit that 1 crit rate.
Yep, you have the one in the bottom left and then the one in index. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 1, 1, and then you can even get into boss damage a little bit. Probably have to move some pieces around though.
Yeah, but like it's nice to have that 1 extra piece.
Mm-hmm.
So like I guess if it doesn't fit, I can still have 40 ignore evens, 23 damage.
Yep. All right. Yeah, it's just that crit damage is like the basis, especially for you, right? Because you have so much critical damage. You want to make sure that it always applies. Imagine if Angelic Buster also got Vicious Shot, because they're kind of like archers.
I don't see them as archers.
No, they shoot projectiles though.
Any damage is good.
You shoot like blobs from a little gun. I don't know. Yeah, I guess it's more piratey, but I don't know. Dual bow guns versus soul shooter. I don't know.
Soul shooter looks cool though.
Yeah, it's
Especially Absa.
the base attack is kind of low though, right?
Yes.
It's like on the gun and the knuckle level. Also, why is the soul shooter? Yeah, why is it?
Oh yeah, do you see?
Why is it so low?
Yeah,
it's like low in the picture. There's so much space. Just move it up like 4 pixels. Why is it like underneath the line?
Yes. And it's like both in equips and in inventory. It's just
bad outline. Literally unplayable. Look at this chat. You seen this? Leave our crab claws alone. Listen, it's not their fault. It's Nexon's fault, okay? But I think the weapon would be only 10% as cool if it didn't have the eye on it.
true.
With that, it makes it look so much
It looks
cooler.
like a dragon.
Yeah, it's like a
The
dragon
character
hand.
is pink, so it's like super cool. It works on the contrast.
Yeah, but well, you have a pink dragon summon as well, right?
Yep. But you don't really see them because like playing without transparency is trolling.
There's so much. Yeah, you just die. There's so much shit going on. You can't see anything, right? With the breath.
Yep.
Do you remember when there was a 6-man Angelic Buster run against Lucid? It was
No.
it was back when Guy was in the chat a lot, and then he was gonna do it. So I told him like, hey, if you're gonna do a 6-man Angelic Buster run, you need to turn like everyone's skill visibility on to 100%, including your own. And they did the run like that, and you couldn't see anything. The whole run was just completely we blot out the sun kind of deal, because there was like supernova, and then there's another skill, right, that like just takes up the whole screen basically.
Spotlight, heart.
So they alternated supernova, and the whole screen was just constantly complete. Not that you could see anything. People are dying to golems left, right, and center. Oh yeah, Escalade.
Maybe
Yeah,
best class.
yeah, dude, best class for making a solar eclipse. Okay, but so in general for Legion, that's all going nicely. What do you think? Do you think you will end up with 8K Legion?
Maybe, but
It's a lot, right? Yeah.
I'm not aiming for 8.
Mm-hmm.
I will just like eventually like, oh, I can get stronger if I finish my arc, for example, and then I will just finish him. Or like, oh, my mechanic is almost done. I will just level him up. Or like,
Yep.
you know, pretty much every AFK event will get me further, and I will feel like, okay, he's not that far. I can finish him by myself.
Yeah, you'll get like 6.5 or 6.6, 6.7 around there. And then when there's an event, you know, Terror Burn, you gain like 60 levels, and then if something is close to 200, you'll be like, okay, let's get it 200, and then maybe 1 or 2 to 210, and then you're close to 7K. But yeah, slowly but surely you might get there. But I think 6.5 to 7K is probably doable. But yeah, whatever happens. Like 8K is nice because it gives you so many extra characters to put in, right?
Yeah. If I really feel like I need it, I will just create a lot of kanas and every character that doesn't give me a useful stat.
Yeah.
I will just replace with kana.
You could do that, yeah.
But
that's if you're sure that you're not gonna main any other characters, right?
Yep. But I mean, if I will go for 8K, I think I will know better what I'm doing with my account.
Yeah. In the past, that was way easier to do because some characters just had no link skills, right? A lot of the explorer classes were purely optional because of that. But because everyone getting a decent explorer, also including explorers, decent link skills, then there's always some value in every character, whether it's the link skill or the Legion. Like the least useful one is probably like the Dark Knight, I guess. Because it's only like if you're a Demon Avenger or a Kana, does it do anything for you? Because it's percentage HP
For
and
me,
then
no.
Yeah. That's
not even link skill can be good, but it's min maxing, so like I don't really bother.
Yeah, and the link skill is probably the least useful one in the game. So, like Dark Knight is probably the only character that's kind of like optional to really drop. But there's so many classes now. If we had like 10 more character slots, then I would say just make like 15 kanas and then just bloat your Legion with that, because those levels so much faster and so much easier. But then you do kind of limit to how many characters you might want to main in the future and then want to switch to, and then still have like an optimal Legion setup. So
yeah, but then you can like delete your weakest character and create that one instead, level up, and do the same. Like pretty much having Kana as a placeholder. So
yeah.
If you're switching, you're like, okay, I'm deleting that Kana and creating a new like strength character or like new Lux character.
Yeah, you could do that. Yeah, that's true.
But once again, I don't really want to do that way.
Yep.
I see Legion as a master of all classes and stuff.
Yep.
So just making a lot of cannons feels boring and not cool in general.
Yeah, it'd probably be very, very repetitive. I'm doing it with the Ice Lightnings at 10. It's like, ugh. Again, another one. Ugh. So, so boring, but yeah, okay. Okay, so this is your link skill setup for bossing?
Yeah, that's for solo bossing. Usually I switch Kana Link with Adele Link. Not
Mm-hmm.
lately because our Lucid party is just too strong, so I don't bother.
Okay, yeah.
But I mean, if I would try to like actually do bosses, I'm in
Yep,
parties that I'm
right,
too
right.
weak, then I will switch.
I see. And you still have hybrid logic in there? What would be... Is there something else that you could switch that out for?
Mm,
Because hybrid logic isn't, you know, that insanely good. 10% also
Jet
doesn't...
skill can be good, but I'm not sure how it works really.
Oh, yeah, you have
Mm,
to basically roll it with cubes. Um and the cubes have a chance to tier it up, and then if the jet is at least level 120 and your tier is at least legendary, so it's like green, then you can have the most amount of total stats in the roll, and then you keep using the cubes to just roll random distributions of the stats all over the place. And then if you
but
get the stats that you want, you can lock it in place. Or if you get the stats like in the right configuration,
oh yeah, I can just move them
you
next to
can
him.
rotate it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So as long as you know that there's like one spot in between or two spots in between the stats that you want, then rotation can save you a lot of money. And then once you lock it in place, one item locks it in place for 30 days, and then if the 30 days expires, then it gets like randomly rerolled. Or you can just extend the duration while it's still locked for extra 30 days. It works the same like with the secondary pendant slot, where you can stack the duration basically
Mhm.
up
Oh, I
to
didn't know
up
you
to
can
1 year.
stack the duration.
Yeah, you can. You could just open multiple ones and it just lasts longer. You didn't know for the
Well,
pendant or for the jet link skill?
for both.
For both. Yeah, you can stack for both. Yeah, so you don't have to. So you can stack for up to a year, and then you can come back 6 months later and just stack an extra 6 months. The max is 1 year, but you don't have to like let it expire or something.
I see.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I can switch the Xenon link with Thieves. Should be upgrade.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, with the thief. Yeah, maybe later with the cane. They should be
Yeah.
probably pretty
Well, I mean,
similar.
if Kane has a good link, I don't really know what he gives.
Oh, it's kind of the same as the thief, except you need to build up stacks by hitting the monster a few times to build a stack, and then if you have 5 stack, it activates. And it basically is the same as the thief link, but it lasts for 20 seconds and then has a 40-second cooldown instead of 10 seconds and 20-second cooldown.
Oh, so it's like pretty much like Arc and Thief together, because you just benefit from hitting the monster, I guess.
Yeah. Like the thief has to debuff, the arc has to be in combat, and then the cane has to hit basically. Yeah. So it's kind of like a mix. Yeah. All the other links seem fine, but yeah, like you said, like the only thing you can do is like min-max to get it all to rank 3, but that'll take quite a bit. So if you feel like doing that, you do that. The Demon Slayer is already level 3, so that's nice. That's a 20% chunk. That's already a lot of percentage damage, so that's good.
And Phantom will go to level 3 soon, hopefully.
Soon TM.
I mean, I have like 12 more days, maybe even more. I have at least 12.
Yeah. The one thing with the link skill is, do people usually do what you do with the hyperstats, or do they get the Miha link skill?
Well, we usually don't get Mihail link skill because it's kind of a waste to use link skill just for that 20%. Because like I have passively I have 80%.
But
so I guess most of people do get it in hyperstats. I just don't know how min-maxy that is, but it just feels better to have it. And I mean, going to 9 is not that expensive if I can just guarantee that only 2% of the attacks can hit me, can knock back me.
It feels to me though that if you don't have 100%, it feels like you have 0%. And what I mean is that you can't really rely that every attack is not going to knock you back. Because if you get unlucky at a moment, you could still die to it, and it's so silly, you know?
Yep, but it's better than having 80%.
Yeah, no, I get that,
noticeable.
I guess once people get 8k Legion, they can put some blocks in Legion in as well, right?
Yep, I don't think that people do that. Maybe like just a little bit, because it's just 1% per square, and like 20% is a huge chunk. It's a huge.
Yeah, not the whole thing. I mean, but if you put like 4 or 6 blocks in there, and that saves you 3 levels in the hyperstats, those last 3 levels is like 100 hyperstat points, right? So that could be like 6% critical damage or something. If you exchange that, not critical damage, sorry, boss damage. But I think I think that's why bigger Legion might be nice, because if you have 8k and you put these pieces, if you don't need the critical rate, you put these pieces in knockback resistance instead. That's like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26. If you don't have those pieces, it's -9. So it'd be 17 pieces. So you don't have to put all of those in, but you could put some in the middle here, and you could put like 5 to 10 pieces, and then that saves you a lot of hyperstat points.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just option. Yeah,
that's true. Yeah. I was thinking about that, but well, I need to have a bigger Legion.
Yeah.
Like, I cannot ignore crit damage and ignore defense.
Yeah, no, that's very true. You definitely cannot.
That side is super important.
Yes. That gives you so much damage. Well, you probably noticed the day that Legion didn't work, right? Your character is probably a little bit weaker.
I didn't have any weekly bosses.
Oh, okay.
Is too easy, so I never noticed.
Okay, thank God.
I guess I didn't level my Phantom that day.
Yeah, good.
That's the difference.
Probably good. Yeah, that was a bad day. Oof. You can imagine for me also, like losing 40 boss, 40 IED, 20 with the crit damage. Like, ooh. It's like if you're used to having all of your guild skills on all the time, and then you take them off. It's like, ooh, some bad shit.
Especially since I don't have enough ignore defense, like for AD specifically. I don't have anything in my weapon secondary or emblem. I really rely on Legion.
Yep, Legion and Links together is a lot of your IED for sure. Without that, you probably have like 50%. Or like 60 maybe.
I believe it's 70, 72.
That's a big difference in how much damage you do versus 90 visual.
Yeah.
Okay. What's your
actually,
do you know what your functional is? Your functional ID is?
My functional. I don't remember the exact number, but it's good. It's fine because Trinity has built-in ignore defense plus Node has built-in ignore defense.
That's good. Yeah.
So that's like 92, 93, like in that range, below 95. But yeah, I don't use superior gold at all, so I will get,
yeah. That's gonna be a big buff for sure. Okay.
So if I go back to knockback resistance in hyper, if I just reset it, I don't believe that I will get like big upgrades from that, because like pretty much it's just boss damage to 10 maybe. I don't actually remember how much does it cost to get to level 10.
35. 35 from 9 to 10, yeah. So that would be 105. Yeah. To get to 9 is it's 1, 2, 4, 8, 10, and then 5 per level, so like 15, 20, 25, 30. And 1 plus 2 plus 4 plus 8 is 15, and 10 is 25. And then you have 15 and 20, so that's 35 and 25 is 60. And then 25 and 30 is 55 and 60 is 115 points. and you would need 105 to get all the other 3 to level 10. So then you have 10 points left. And 2 is 12, so you can get 1, 2, 4, and then you're stuck at level 3. Yeah. No, it definitely it makes sense when you mention like the knockback resistance and like the other options. The only other option would be to like give up one of your. I mean, you could think about it, right? If you give up one of your, if you give up the Xenon Link, for example, would you trade 10% stat, or 10% all stat for 4% boss damage, 3% damage, and a 3% IED that's stuck to a bigger chunk of IED? That's basically the question, right?
Yeah, but I don't know, like 3%. Well, that's 3% boss damage.
It's 4,
I'm
right?
just
I
not
think.
sure how. Oh, 4. Okay.
Yeah, and
So like
3%
4.
damage, so
I'm
that's
not sure
7%.
how it's worth. Maybe just like a little upgrade, but I
Mm-hmm.
don't get it. But instead, I get a huge quality of life upgrade, like
Mm-hmm.
pretty much a Mikhail still.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So
Yeah, I'm not sure where
since
that point
damage is
is.
not really a problem,
Mm-hmm.
at least I can find damage in easier in from other sources.
Yeah, I would probably use the Mihal like earlier on, but once you get closer to 250 and beyond, like you said, like every single level past level 10 is so expensive that at that point it makes more sense to just put it in knockback resistance in the hyperstats, because you get so much so cheap, and then later and then get extra damage from not needing the Mihal link. But in your situation, I think I would still use the Mihal one. I just get the other ones to 10, but you're pretty much at the switching point. So up to here, I would have probably advised it, but past this, I understand that I wouldn't. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Just putting one more button on the keyboard is just kind of rough.
Yeah, AB already has a
with
lot of
level
prep,
2
right?
Mikhail. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you would need to get level 3, or you need to get your all of your buff duration sources that you have a little bit higher. Isn't it better to give points into damage and crit damage, boss damage, and ID instead of critical rate? Once you go like up to 10, it's pretty fine to just distribute it among those 5 stats, and that's what most classes will do. As you get more crit from everything, like the individual members, like the grid members, the grid bonus, the member bonus, and other sources of critical rate come in. I think that's why eventually, you keep levels in crit rate, because I'm pretty sure eventually for the inner ability, you probably want crit rate in there, right? Ideally.
Yeah, for ABs, you do want. So, not sure if I will ever go for it. I will, I am considering re-rolling my even +1 attack speed for Meso.
Mm-hmm. Oh wait, they don't mention it. Do you have some passive crit rate?
Yes, you do. I don't remember how much exactly. Oh, I guess if you get 8k Legion, then you can put in your crit rate instead, so you don't need it.
Mm-hmm.
But, well...
Do you have any passives that give
I
like
don't think that I will min-max my inner ability. I will probably just get Meso and drop rate.
Yeah. If you're gonna be training for a while, it's probably better use, yeah.
Yeah, I would just get enough money just to reroll, like get normal one good unique line, and then just try to get +1 attack speed.
Yeah, it's kind of surprising, because what I remember from it maybe is that you had like pretty low crit rate, but then very high crit damage.
Yeah.
It's surprising to me that the inner ability, like best in slot one, doesn't have crit rate in there for Angelic Busters. I would have expected that. You know, so that you can roll out of the so that you can get rid of the Phantom Link, for example, and get something with more damage. But I guess there isn't that much with a lot more damage that you could roll into. I mean, yeah, you can still roll into the Jet skill, I guess.
Yeah, Jet skill, tips, and like maybe utility, but that just even more min-maxing. I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's 5% base, 30% from one of the passives,
Uh-huh.
and the others is just like link skills and Legion hyperstats
Yeah.
and inner ability.
So you do have a 30% skill. Okay.
Yeah, so 35 base, I guess.
Mm-hmm. And then because your boost notes give you 5 as well for all your important skills, that's probably why they don't put it in the inner ability, I guess.
Yep, I guess. Well, I mean, if you can live without it, it's probably better.
I guess,
Oh no,
yeah.
actually, I guess your inner abilities are outdated because people do usually get +1 attack speed, 10% crit damage, and 20% crit rate. And 20% crit rate can be exchanged for 8% damage to monsters with abnormal status.
Yeah, I was remaking this because a bunch of them were kind of outdated. See if we can see if I can find this. Because I was like making my own. Basically just copying it, and then can I see like copy of? Is it this one? Because there were some changes. Wait, so text speed was 1 and then 20 crit?
Yeah, so you want boss, attack speed, and either crit or 8% damage to monsters.
Yeah,
With,
yeah.
I guess you don't want attack because Trinity skill caps pretty easily by itself. So getting more attack will just help it cap. Or like, I don't know. But yeah.
Attack speed plus 1 is not...
It is good, but it's min-maxing. You can live a long life without attack. Especially since, well, when you burst, you're in domain, so you have max attack anyway.
Sure, yeah, but like outside of if you're solo bossing and stuff, you will still want to get more, right?
Yes, but that depends on how far you want to solo boss.
Right, yeah, and if you're if you're gonna be training mainly and then bursting in domain, then you can go without the attack speed, because then when you're mobbing, you don't even use it, right?
Yeah.
Because then you just...
Well, I mean, Seekers do travel faster if you have more attack speed, but
if you one shot, then you still kill them before they respawn, and then the 20 meso gives you better rates, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay.
And like, if you really need, you can just use green potion instead.
Yeah. Okay. I think I'll link this one. What do we have there? It's on a Bitly. Okay, cool. Create. Bam.
Oh, actually, like, you know that they changed Trinity delay. I'm not exactly sure what is it.
I don't think they already...
it felt better.
After the last patch?
Yeah.
Does it feel better, or is it the same?
It feels better. Like, at least like today when I tried to do Helix, I felt that I'm not mashing my key faster.
Okay.
But it's not... I don't believe that it is the same problem. Like, I believe that Trinity maybe has two problems that they need to be fixed.
Yeah. This was the one thing that it caused lag, or I think it caused even like memory leak, more chance to come when it was the way it was working now. But then the other thing is that it has to try to recharge in between the attacks, right? And that's the main bad thing. that if you're at high ping, that makes it more ping reliant, and you lose a lot of DPS on Trinity, I think. So that's something that should be changed later. If you want to join a guild, !guild, check the application there.
Maybe I will try to test it because AB has a hyper skill that pretty much cancels recharge. Like cancels it, not like the fourth job skill, like a completely cancel.
Okay.
So I can compare the hits.
Yeah. See how many hits you can do. Yeah, on a dummy or something. Yeah.
I just need to stop being lazy and to check it because it's useful info to know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think it's well, I consolidated under the classes grid, right, with like the changes that are still coming for that KMS already had that we don't have yet, and I remember having to put it on the list for Angelic Busters, that Angelic Buster didn't get the change yet, but that it's still on the way between now and Neo.
That was a huge debate when they just announced and never actually implemented it.
Yeah, I don't know. Did GMS really announce it, or did we just know that it was coming because KMS had it?
Honestly, I don't remember because we had a lot of patch notes.
Yeah, exactly. I think we might have like
time.
confused them together. That everyone was like, "Okay, this is when it's happening, guys. This is when it's happening." And then it was like, "Wait, it didn't happen." And then we checked the patch notes, and it wasn't even in there. It's like, "Wait, was it in there, and did they remove it, or?" Yeah, I think it might have been just confusion with
And especially it confuses more because they said that they are not amplifying every change in the first season of Rise.
Yeah, and sometimes they just bundle them together from like three skill changes together.
Yeah.
Your characters like lose their mouths in these pictures sometimes. Like
they don't really want to talk, I guess.
Yeah. Speak no evil. I guess if it's on the line of a pixel, that just yeah. Well. Okay. So Legion's all fine. Okay, so we figured out the stuff with the hyperstats. Yeah. So yeah. Yeah, I can see why you would do that. Yeah, okay, that all makes sense. Crit rate, so we have that figured out. Oh, is there maybe like one more crit rate you can get in your badge?
Yep, there is. I just got. Well, I thought that you need to get only 7 badges.
Yeah, you need
so
to
I
get
just
10.
like, okay, I will get that attack percent +1, and the other one attack percent +1, and I already had the Papilato's familiar card. So,
nice.
So I just finished it, and then I realized that you need 10, and never need badges again.
Yeah. Oh, I see. Well, if,
I have,
it kind of sucks because if you get to higher level, there's a few very easy ones. Like the Void badge, Labyrinth badge, and Apocalypse badge are super easy. You just kill the monsters in the regular maps and done. Boom, 3 badges.
Yeah.
And one has 1% attack, 2 attack. The other one has 1% all stat, 1% damage, which is really nice. And the other one is like the same but for mages. I guess the only other one, the Commercy badge, right? If you go for that one with the pre-quests.
Yeah,
that one has
had
1 crit
more. I remember looking actually. Maybe there is like Edelstein or something. Maybe from there. Or like I remember like low level.
Oh,
badges.
the mineral badge. The mineral badge is pretty easy.
Oh yeah, the mineral badge.
Yeah, that one's pretty easy.
Defense.
Yeah, as 3% IED, that's pretty nice. You have the rebel badge, right?
Looking,
yeah, you have the rebel.
I don't remember which one.
The other one that's doable is the Mariner badge, but that one has jump and luck. But this one is pretty doable. It has a Demolishizer and then the Mush King badge. Those are probably the 3 that are the easiest. Mariner, Mush King, and Mineral badge. Those 3.
Yeah.
But that won't give you the 1% crit rate.
I mean, I can get any crit rate badge since like I don't have. I have 1 more extra slot, so I don't lose any damage. Unless I will want to get more badges, but I don't know. I didn't really enjoy doing that. Like,
No, yeah, no, I get it, I get it. If there's like a double drop or something and all the maps are full anyway, then you can go for it, you know? Because then at least you do something. Oh, like the Cursed Badge from Gollux gives 1% crit rate. The Commercy one
cool.
gives 1% crit rate. Yeah, those are the only two that you don't have yet. The Gollux and the Commercy, those have a 1% crit rate.
Mhm. Maybe I will get lucky and get the crit rate from familiar, just like
Yeah, do you open booster
when I
packs
actually
sometimes?
move.
Or
No, no, my familiar situation is not the greatest.
yeah,
Let's say.
well, let's look at them now. These
Yeah,
are the ones.
I'm not in the area where they drop familiars
Mm-hmm.
and just and just AFK in Phase 2 isn't too fun.
Yeah, no, I get it. Okay, so you have some healing and then two, yeah. So you want to try to use these three. So for now, you just use the two 15% IEDs, right? That's what you had in
Yep.
the screenshot.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I just screenshot all the useful for bossing
Yep.
familiars I have.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay, so you don't have any with a little bit of dropping, a little bit of drop.
No, I have only message drop, but
Yeah.
yeah, that's.
It's something, but it's not amazing, of course.
I mean, that last crit rate I can get from decent combo old orders, but
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I need one more slot because like right now I'm pretty much keeping everything I have, but like I switch bind for overdrive when I'm not solo bossing.
You're not solo bossing. Use okay. You find that overdrive is better than the Goddess Blessing?
Yes, for Nova it's pretty bad. It's honestly pretty bad.
Yeah, because your skill is different than how it works for Arc, right?
Yeah, we get like 10% damage and up to 56% chance to skip cooldown up to 3 times. So like the biggest value I can get is 3 times skipping final ribbon cooldown.
Yeah.
Which is not really slot worthy at my level.
Okay. Yeah, as an arc it works different. We just get like a chunk of attack. We get like 400 weapon attack from it or something. So this is way more straightforward.
I got blamed by my friend Ark yesterday for not using that skill. And then I actually told him that
yeah,
it's pretty shit for Nova.
yeah, it's different for everyone for sure, yeah. Yeah, and that door skill is also kind of weird, right?
Yeah, especially since I believe it procs before Bishop's door, or maybe even out. I actually don't remember.
I think it says that it can't stack. Yeah.
Interaction.
I think it says that it can't even stack, so I think only one of the two can be active, I think. Which is weird, because there's some other skills that have a similar, like, Death Defiance skill, and then they can stack it with door, and then theirs triggers before door, so that you can use your own again if you want to, and save the door. So unless if you're in a party with a bishop, then you want the door to trigger first. I don't know. It kind of depends on your situation. If you get door from a bishop to go into a boss fight, then you would want your own skill to proc first, so you could maybe refresh it during the run, right? Yeah. But then if you're in the party with the bishop, then you would want the door to trigger first, so that they can redoor you, and then yeah, you could reuse your own if it's needed. Yeah.
Yeah, and actually, in a lot of situations, so like for example, for solo bossing, because well, there is no way I'm putting it for party bossing, because like other skills give me just way more impact. Like for example, for Lotus, I will most likely just die twice. Like from lasers or from huge robots.
Mm-hmm.
So it's pretty bad. Like it gets better only like after you can place your decent combat orders.
Mm-hmm.
Then you maybe look to put that door skill inside.
Yeah. Yeah. Because you just got the 240. Yeah. So if you get 245, 250, and then maybe you buy the extra slots, and then you have 4 extra. Then you could put decent combat orders, overdrive, Goddess Blessing, and the door skill, and then start leveling stuff. That's And then you maybe put like Fatal Strikes instead of the Bind if it's a party buff, something like that.
Yeah, but it's like most of the skills here are not as good as they could be, I guess.
Is there a setup for your boost nodes as possible where you only use 2 boost nodes, whether you're mobbing or bossing?
There is, but it's Seekers, Trinity, and Roar. But yeah, when I just started playing, I googled nodes for AB, and I got Trinity, Seekers, Supernova. So I just
What does it leave? Supernova, Roar, and Supernova, Roar, and then the Ballerina skill. Oh no, wait, Supernova. The
Supernova,
Ribbon.
Ribbon, yeah. Well, so pretty much, if you want to have a good time playing AB, beyond just getting the link skill, you want to get your mobbing skill and your bossing skill on the same node. I didn't get that, but pretty much towards late game and like 250, like 260, you do want to change it. You do want to have all your bossing skills on the same node. Just because, well, I will never use Roar in boss party.
No, never.
Or like, so if I take it over Supernova, it'll be a waste of damage.
Yep. Yeah, I'm just saying, like, as an option for kind of just getting rid of 2 boost nodes when you're bossing, instead switching out the skill nodes. That way, it could save you having to buy the extra slots, right? And
yeah, but my plan was anyway to get to 250 and buy 2 nodes.
Okay. Yeah, that's
after
fine.
250, leveling will be painful, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, if you don't mind doing that, then it's fine. But like in general, when you're leveling up in the beginning, I think min-maxing the boost nodes is a good idea, so that you have a little bit more room to play around with all the skill nodes. And maybe when you're training, you can get character building in there, right? So you can level a little bit faster. You can make sure holy symbol's always in there. And then when you're bossing, you can use a few more of the burst skills, because you're pretty burst heavy as a Angelic Buster. So if you can make your burst even stronger with overdrive, and even though the Goddess Blessing isn't as reliable, getting it in there, so it does something, because it can bypass the cooldown on your link skill as well, right?
Yes, but it's not always good to use it, because AB's link skill has a pretty bad animation time.
Okay, it's
so
different
some
than...
people just say don't use it, because it will just eat too much time.
Really? Is it that bad for AB?
Well, some people say don't, some people say do.
But it counts double for you, doesn't it? Doesn't it give like way more damage?
Yeah, it gives 120.
Yeah, that's a lot of damage. Yeah, 120% skill damage for 10 seconds. That's pretty good in my opinion.
Is there a chance you have an old... Do you have a... What is like the lowest picture you have?
The bottom one? Is the Matrix?
Okay, then I will just send you another link.
No, I refreshed it, it's fine. Yeah, I refreshed it.
Okay.
Oh yeah, okay. Did you redo any of these? Yeah, okay.
Yeah. I actually forgot to add my weapon.
Alright, yeah. Oh, I mean, who needs to see the weapon, man? Only the important stuff. Let's go.
I mean, the flame is okay, the potential is okay.
Yeah.
Just need a little bit Starfroce.
Nice magic attack line.
Yeah.
Always sexy.
I would prefer to get any other trash line, but not magic attack.
yeah. If it was like 9% MP or something, at least you could be like, oh, it's a shit line. But now it's so close.
Yeah. What is more, I had a 3% magic attack in the soul last event.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yep.
Rip. Okay, so that makes sense for Matrix. Okay. Yeah, for familiars, it's just whatever. You can extract everything you have pretty much. get a little bit of drop rate can be very useful though. You know, just to get more nodes and get more stuff. So definitely keep opening what you have until you find some drop rate. You know about like how it ranks, like which lines of familiar drop rate are better than which other ones?
I don't remember them on the top of my head, but I believe that rare is like 20%, epic is 50, and unique is just super good.
Yeah, basically. You could check exclamation mark drop rate. I put the and I think I linked this at the end of the familiar guide as well. These are like all of the drop rate lines from familiars, and this is how much percent they are. So usually if it's like a small amount and then no suffix and then large amount, and then if it's just drop rate, then it's a very large number, and if it's drop rate and meso together, then it's a smaller number than if it didn't have it. Yeah. I know how it works with like meso and regular drop rate, how it interacts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's it. I was thinking to go for familiars after I hit Moonbridge, maybe. Just, you know, like to do a couple of totems, maybe not farming with Seekers, because I will probably be too weak for that.
In Moonbridge, yeah.
You know, but Roar is still pretty strong.
Yep. And you're gonna get more lines on it.
Oh, the line changes are just such a meme. It's like
line changes on Roar.
Yeah, it's like Arc will get line change on bullets, so you'll have like 2 lines instead of 1 line. Well,
wait, we get it on bullets?
No, I'm saying it's as useful as, like, for example, if Arc were to get line change on bullets, for example.
Oh yeah, but then they cut the damage in half. Yeah, it's never gonna max ever, those things. No, we get line change on Creeping Terror, on the Eternally Hungry Beast, and on Unstoppable. No, not Unstoppable Impulse. Endless. Ah, dude, these fucking cringy ass edgy skill names.
Edgy.
But like the big hyper skill with the slash at the end, that one is going to activate multiple times. The Creeping Terror comes out of the ground, is going to activate multiple times, and then the total amount of activations on the Eternally Hungry Beast is going to go up as well, making us less likely to cap. So that's what's going to happen for arcs. Like that's all super useful, and then you guys get extra lines on the mobbing skill. And it's like, why?
Yeah. We actually get even more lines on the other mobbing skill that makes you spin.
That makes you what?
The spinning one. Soul.
Really?
Yep.
Beautiful.
Trinity cups, like, pretty early, but at least I won't cup during mobbing, never.
Nice, nice. Do you use it as bossing burst now? If you unironically ballerina in a boss fight. It's like, okay guys, let me start running circles real quick so I can start bursting hard lucid part 3 here. Go like Sonic, start running in a circle, create a tornado, and go like spin. Nice. Well, you know, I feel like I think they felt they had to do something, but this ain't it, Chief. This wasn't the right thing to do, I think.
A lot of people fear that Trinity Fusion was the line change for Trinity.
That it was supposed to be that, or?
Yeah. So like, what I heard people saying that they hope that Nexon didn't just give us extra skill as a compensation for Trinity capping that early. So like, oh, yes, your Trinity caps, but here's another skill that is kind of looks like Trinity, and it won't cap as easily.
Oh, nice, yeah. Oh, you mean the 4th V, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. But that one is a little bit of a loss of DPS, right? You only use it for utility, for like knockdown and...
After you level up it past level 22, I believe, it's a damage increase.
Okay.
Because it scales with the Trinity node.
Right. Oh, yeah, that's true, Okay, yeah. But it's still useful for incoming damage reduction and
people started to get cooldown reduction just because the skill is existing.
I think I see the cooldown reduction head becoming meta for way more classes. For almost all of them, it's like, because it's, I mean, just adding an extra line that is useful enough to get on the hat when the hat has so many shit lines is just in general a good idea. So just so you have more outs, and so it doesn't feel as bad trying to cube that thing.
And probably people stop thinking that, oh, I need to have more stat, so I'm stronger.
When you're so
Actually, started thinking about the
utility.
overall picture.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. If you can, because if you think about how much percentage stat you have, if you can get one line on one item not be there and then replace it with being able to use all your skills more, it makes sense that you would switch that, right?
Yeah. Like for example, you can, if you have like 3 or 4% or like seconds cooldown on your head, you can use overdrive like twice in one burst. Not in one burst, like between bind rotations.
Yep.
Which is like a lot of damage. It's probably more than your usual 10% or like 12% main stuff.
I believe. Yeah. I believe so. Yeah. Okay. All right. So is everything kind of everything is kind of clear to you, right? Like everything non-equip related, all makes sense.
Yes. I've been watching a streamer named Scardor for a long time already. He's like pretty good.
Yeah.
He speaks about game mechanics.
Yeah.
Definitely recommend it.
Okay, I'll check him out. It's good, man. It's always good to see that some of the stuff does rub off. Okay, I'll close this, and close this. Open a new tab. So, gotta get used to those sassy answers. Okay, so what's your plan now for 5, 10, 15? What's your priorities?
So, my main priorities are to get everything at least to 17 stars.
What do you mean
That's
by
like
everything?
Because I can get to 30 bill budget for 5 and 15.
Okay.
And that should be more than enough to get everything to 17.
So we're talking about the weapon, the CRA.
Probably not the weapon. Well,
Not the
weapon to 17.
Yeah.
Probably won't push it far because weeklies are not fun.
And
the potential is kind of good to keep. It will. I hope it will be good enough to just switch to arcane eventually.
But you said 30 bill, right? Not 13.
30. Yeah.
Yeah, 30. Yeah. Okay.
Right now I have like 25, maybe 26 bill.
Yep. Okay. Good.
I've been saving for a long time.
Yeah.
Been hoping for 5 and 15.
No, that's good. Then you can go hard. Yeah. Okay, so the weapon to 17, and then all the other CRA, shoulder cape, shoe to 17.
Yeah. Golex accessories, Sweetwater accessories.
So what do you have in terms of Golex? You have the superior belt,
I
the
don't have
reinforced
a belt.
reinforced belt. Yeah.
Yep. I'm not using it. I just prepared it.
Yeah, to transfer over, and then you have one superior pendant.
Yep. And I have a prepared dominator for that one.
Right. You would just do 16 transfer and then 16 to 17.
Yeah.
Okay, that saves you safeguarding it lower. All right. And then you have your own. Is it a separate dominator? Yeah. So the other dominator.
Have two dominators.
Yeah. So the other one you're going to 16.
Yeah. And on that one, I'm actually using the epic one, and I want to transfer. It's not transfer. It's a transpose.
Yep.
Transpose. Transpose it into Sweetwater pendant. I know that the flame is not the highest, but my question is like, is it worth just like keeping the event and not getting 16, 17 stars pendant, which is like level 160? So I do actually get a lot of attack there, just because the flame is like only 91. I would settle for 95. Pretty much all day, every day. So.
And now you have like what, 80? Is it like 86 or something?
I don't remember. I believe it's like 90 something.
Was it 5? It's 5% all stat, right?
32. Oh, yeah. Okay.
So it's like 80,
Oh,
85.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's actually lower than I remembered.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
If you,
that
yeah.
means I rerolled 90% flame. Oh no.
Wait, you had a higher one?
Yep. Well, I have two pendants, so like, I flame one until I get a higher flame score than the other.
Right.
Well, that's a yikes.
You rolled the wrong one.
Yeah. So now it doesn't have any flame score because like I thought, okay, I have a higher one, so I don't mind rerolling.
Wait, your epic one is different than in the picture?
No. So like the epic one
Yeah.
stays the same. I don't upgrade it unless I get on the rare one a better flame score.
Right.
So I got a better flame score on rare in the past, but
But you
I
rolled over that
didn't
one
think.
again.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
thought my current pendant has 91.
I see. But yeah. Well, one thing is that you don't have to like rush the transposing for the epic one, because the main like even if you stick to just one, even if you stick to the dominator, where's the picture here? You will always keep the set bonus between the dominator, the pink holy cup, and the badge, and that will give you the 3 set bonus that will still make the dominator pretty good. Even if you don't transpose it yet. It's more if you're going to be aiming to go past 17 on stuff that you want to start working hard on getting the Dominator transposed. But up to, if you just have a 16-star Dominator there just sitting, and then, you can reflame it every now and then. It'll just be, the way you want to see it is if all the other stuff is 17 and you're working on the potential and you're working on the flames there, the fact that one item's flames are maybe 0 is not going to really affect your overall damage. And it's worth to just reflame it for the future purposes. It's not bad. It's not gonna hurt your whole account.
Yeah, especially since the pendant is the most expensive one, so I will have the least backups. So it's just not.
Yeah,
not
I mean,
as good.
yeah, you're gonna be
item.
saving for like the superior earring, the superior belt, like for those upgrades, right?
Yeah.
And working on the potential and the flames of your Abzo, and you're gonna make so many gains there that it doesn't matter if you are intermittently like reflaming. Well, you're probably not gonna be reflaming your. What's your flames on your Abzo stuff right now? Let's check that out because the weapon was pretty good.
Well, the flames are not the greatest because I really wanted to get my Dominator pen transpose ready. Because like in my eyes, at least, like I thought that, well, if I don't get those 2 stars, I will lose way more than just than getting like plus 20 stats on flame on my items. So the flames are not the worst, but definitely I have work to do. So like you can say that about most of my items, because like I've been saving Meso for a long time, so I'm pretty much just have the least upgrades needed to clear the content I want to clear.
Yep. Makes it a little bit harder, but then once you can make a big upgrade, makes it way easier then.
Yep.
So did you think?
Well, I can clear normal Lucid with party. I can solo Lotus, solo Damien.
Yep.
Actually, both I can solo in drop gear. You don't have the screenshot, but I have a 6% dex greed pendant. Well, I use it instead of Dominator when I. That's what I call my drop gear.
That's your drop gear, yeah.
Well, I mean, I have like 3 lines, including the line of greed pendant.
Because I was thinking, do you have a plan for the 17-star scroll?
No, actually, I don't have. Oh, you know what? I have 2 primal essences.
Yeah.
So maybe.
Yeah, that would be.
Oh, actually, I have 2 primal essences and I have over 1,000 Colux coins.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, if I get a belt, I can just buy reinforced and solid and use.
Wait, do you have the superior ring?
Yeah, I have it bought.
Oh, okay. Because
I don't use it. It's just 15
Right.
stars. I don't know, like 6.
Oh, but it's
6%,
it's already Starfroce?
What? Can you repeat?
Is the superior already Starfroce?
To 15.
15, yeah, okay. Yeah, because you have a 15 and a 17 star scroll. I mean, you get the 17 and you can buy the 15 from the shop if you want. If you use one on the reinforced, one on the Meister, then it saves you from safeguarding, chance to boom, and all that stuff.
Yes.
And then you can start min-maxing your rings more, redo the current ones that you have for drop rate and meso more.
Oh, by the way, I still have a Rise ring not claimed, so it can be a potentially another.
So you have right now 5 rings? Kana treasure. Yeah. So if you add the Meister and the reinforced, then you have 7. And then with the event ring, it would make 8, which is typically what people aim for, right? 8 rings to be able to switch around. And then you probably have the event ring will probably be your strongest drop rate ring. Or will become your damage ring, depending on between like all the rings being at 17 and the event ring. They're pretty much all around the same damage. So if you end up rolling damage on the event ring, then you just use that one for event and then roll either the Kana treasure or the reinforced or something for drop. Just whatever happens.
And one more thing. Well, since I have a lot of event rings, and you can see that they have like pretty much 2-line legendary potential, like 2 of them. Well, I mean, Synergy Ring has and Horntail one has. So I was thinking to maybe craft a Meister Ring and just YOLO it past 17, because I don't mind if it booms. Well, I have a ring that pretty much is ready. It is like as strong as I would get my 17-star Meister Ring. So I wouldn't really mind blowing it.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's totally up to you. If you could use the scroll to 17 and then see if you can get it to 18.
Yeah. Actually, like I completely forgot about the scroll. I'm not really fully participating in the event. Just like,
are you not leveling up your scroll?
I do. I just don't really check out the rewards. Just bought 80 flames.
Oh, I see. Yeah, but if you so the next scroll, that one has the 17 star. That's the one that's like still has the chains on top of it. That's the scroll right there. But yeah, that's a lot of money saved. Yeah, you could use that. I mean, that's totally up to you if you want to be like, yo, I'm gonna use the scroll, get the Meister to 17, because all your other Abzo stuff is already 15, so I wouldn't use it on that, right? It's total waste with the 5, 10, 15 coming. That's super cheap. But if you can get something like a Meister, and you're like, well, I have 2 and I have other rings that are good enough, and I wouldn't see, because yeah, it's like some people said in chat, like when and like I said, like if everything is 17, it's about the same or maybe even a little bit lower than the event ring. Kind of depends on what class you are, but it's like around the same. So if you compare it to if you compare it to 17 star Meister, they're all around the same level. So if you want to make sure that one is significantly stronger, then yeah. The other way would be to get a solid ring and then kind of YOLO it on a solid ring, right? And then if that goes really well, you can use that. Or you can even transfer it into higher star kind of treasure or reinforced or Meister without having to blow those up. Is another option. But yeah, if you get like a 19 or a 20 solid or something, then you could use that for your damage ring for quite a while. It's only 2 stars extra, man. You're already at 17, so it's so close.
I thought that I will spend on my rings the money I have left from Starfroce in my CRA first. Like after the whole plan is to get everything to 17.
Yeah.
And then try to get my CRA as high as possible, because like I keep those and I have the most backups.
Yeah, you do have 30 bill. Yeah. I see that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
Just like try to get them all to 18 and try to get them all to 19. Just
yeah, so I'm
what I
not
do.
sure there. I obviously never Starfroce past 17. So I actually wanted to ask you how, like, what is the most efficient, I guess, like gains for meso I can get,
Gains for meso efficient is
like,
just one at a time.
or one at a time.
Yeah. So like if they're all 17, then try to get 18 on one, and if you get that, go to the next one, and then just one star at a time. The efficiency per how much you gain per money always goes down the higher you go, because of the extra chances of failure and the dropping back down. The only reason that people do it is because once everything is 20, then that's the only way to move forward, right? So then, and you have a bunch of money, then you go to the next one. But it's always more efficient to go one at a time, especially on CRA, because you have so many backups. There's a small argument to be made to like send an item the whole way when it comes to something like the Sweetwater stuff, for example, because if you're done and if you get it, then you can just stop doing the Sweetwater voyages altogether, and then you save time on the dailies. But it's not like you're going to stop doing CRA, right?
Yeah.
So that's not
especially since it's like most of my income.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and then maybe on the Demon Slayer soon, you're even going to be doing it double. Yeah, and you can get shards, for Magnificent Soul. So yeah, and decent income for flames and cubes. So yeah, you'll always keep doing that. So yeah, for those, you can definitely do that.
But on the other hand, like getting an item to 20 stars is like pretty much kind of finishing the item for a long time at least.
Yeah, it depends on what you're aiming for. But with that amount of money, there's a very good chance that you get all three of them to 20. But if you get... So the way that you want to see it is this. Like, let's say that you have 3 items at 17, and then you go hard on one, and you end up getting unlucky, and you have to settle back for 17, and you spent all your money. At that point, you're just left with 3 items in 17. But what if you go 3 stars, you go one at a time, and then you get 1 item that's unlucky, and then you go back to 17 at the end to settle, but then maybe you have 2 at 18 and 1 at 17, or 2 at 19 and 1 at 17, right? Because there's just exponentially so much more risk to go to the next star, that it's more reliable that you get everything to 18 than you get 1 item to 20. Because the way you have to see it is, what is more reliable, to get 1 item from 17 to 18 3 times, or 1 item from 17 to 20 1 time? The first one is always more reliable, right?
Yeah.
Because of the dropping. So that's why it's financially more efficient. Yeah, I got 5 items to 21 and 20 bill, but I'm not going to advise people to do that, because that's very unlikely.
Actually, just get lucky.
Yeah, just do what I did on my marksman, dude. Why are you even... And then you'll still have like 8 bill left, so you could do some Starfroce on the other stuff, and even do some light cubing, maybe a little bit of flaming. Yeah, you'll be fine. Yeah, no. But yeah, CRA is definitely the items to push harder on for if you have the backups. Yeah, I believe that with the money you can easily get like I think you'll get like 2 to 19 and 1 to 20, something like that. Because all the other stuff.
For example,
yeah.
Okay, keep
on. No, go on.
I have Sweetwater accessories.
Yeah.
And I have like 500, around 600 Daenerys right now. Well, the question is like, how far should I push them, if I should push them at all past 17? I mean, I can try to YOLO 1, I guess, because I have pretty much 2, maybe I will get like up to 4 backups for 5 and 15.
Yeah.
Which I cannot promise, because commerce is not a fun piece of content, so let's keep
not really, no.
But I mean, if I feel like it's really worth it, I guess I will at least try to force myself. The question is like, how good is it?
Yeah, it seems like going up to 18 stars is like average boom of 0.32, so that's already like 1 in 3 chance to boom your item to going up to 18. If it's already 17 and you're trying to go from 17 to 18, that's still about, that's still almost 1 in 4 chance of blowing it up. So that's already pretty decently high chance. If you don't safeguard it. If you safeguard it, it's considerably lower, I believe. Yeah, it's 0.04. So with safeguarding up to 19, yeah. So if you safeguard, getting to 19 is about as likely as if you don't safeguard it and you get it to 18. But of course, one is going to be more expensive, way more expensive than the other one.
The cost.
Yeah.
Because the goal is pretty much to use all my meso I saved up right now as most efficiently as I can.
Yeah.
So then I can just start piling money again, just to get potentials. Because my potentials are just a cold cube until you get good line. If you have Meister cube, throw it. If it ranks up, okay, save up Meister cubes. If it doesn't, just throw back stat.
Yeah, then I would focus 17 everything and then just send the CRA hard.
Okay.
But I would do the CRA 1 star at a time, but I think with that money you should be able to get all the CRA to 20, I think. And then if you're done with that, then you want to see how much money you have left. You have a few bill left that you just want to spend on cubing and starforcing to make your Abzo really strong? Or do you have like, are you super lucky and you have more than 10 bill left and you do want some crazy stuff with the accessories maybe?
Yeah, because like I can play with rings, especially if I get a superior belt drop. Then just pretty much all my coins can straight up go for buying rings.
Yep.
I should have around a little bit less than 1,500 coins by the time we have 5, 10, 15. So that's like 2 reinforced rings and that's it, or like 5 solid rings. So like I will have backups.
Yeah.
If I have meso, of course.
Yes. Yeah. If you have meso. Yeah. The thing with the solid is, if you get 1 high star solid, then that'll just be the best ring that you can get by quite a bit. If it's 18 or 19, then it immediately becomes quite a bit better than the Kana Treasure and the Reinforced at just 17. Even though it's a little bit lower, you get quite a lot of extra attack and stat from that 1 extra star. And then the 10 level difference doesn't really matter. But I wouldn't like roulette up the Kana Treasure and the Reinforced. Reinforced is a little bit too expensive to rebuy, and the Kana Treasure, of course, cannot be replaced. So I would go for I would try to YOLO a little bit more on the Meister rings then, if you're okay with that.
I am okay with that, but I have only 2 primal.
Yeah.
So it's not like I don't have too much place.
No, not that much, no. I mean, ideally people get 2 high star Meisters, right? So they can transfer 1 into Superior and then use the other one.
I guess just need to get lucky.
Yeah, just get lucky. Well, yeah, I don't think I would risk it on the Meisters. I would probably just get 17 and then just leave it there. And then I would put all the risk on the CRA, maybe even try to go for 21 on the CRA. But yeah, like you said, if you want to do it the most efficient, ideally most efficient would be like to get everything to 17, then everything to 18, then everything to 19. And then as something doesn't have backups anymore, or you don't want to risk it anymore, then you take that out of the rotation, and then you get everything else 1 star higher, basically. And then whatever's going to be left last is going to be your CRA stuff. But yeah, most of your stuff is going to stop at 17 because you already don't want to risk 17 to 18. And then a few more items will go up to 18, maybe calculated risk, maybe safeguard the Sweetwater accessories to 18 after you do the CRA to 18. And then if there's money left, CRA to 19, maybe CRA to 20, like that.
And so I have 2 pairs of superior earrings right now.
I saw that, yeah.
Would you say that it is reasonable to maybe try to push one to 18, or is just like
no, I would save them.
It's not enough gains for the risk.
Yeah, it's not enough gains for the risk. I would just save. I would just do 1 16 transfer and then safeguard to 17, and then just hold on to the other one until you have like 5 or 6 or something, and the next time you have like 30 or 40 or 50 bill, and then you try to like send it. The main reason you want the superior earrings, sorry to interrupt you, is like if you can get a reinforced to 21 and then transfer it to 20 superior and then try to push the superior from 20 to 21. And then if that blows up, then you have to like start again from scratch. So that's why you want to have superior backups. But like, if you have enough backups, then that's the cheapest way of doing it. Cheaper than going 22 reinforced down to 21 superior, for example. But it depends on what your end goal is, right?
Yeah.
If you're okay with 17 or
So-
18, or if you want to get 20 plus, yeah.
Since you like mentioned goals, well, my like short-term goal is to get to hard lucid,
Mm-hmm.
and like maybe like month after 5, 10, 15. So would you say that it's like realistic? Like, I mean, what would be the biggest gains after Starfroce that I can get? Like, assuming I don't get too lucky, don't get too unlucky, so like I have like 19 stars CRA and everything else is like 17 stars.
After that, it'd probably be like getting everything up to legendary and getting a lot of extra decks. Because like because your monocle doesn't have any yet, right?
Yeah.
The Tattoo and monocle should pretty easily be able to go up to 23. It's like pretty simple. So I could 29 here. The glove's already fine, but like the shoulder, the cape, the shoe, there's a lot of decks to be gained there. And then your CRA itself has 9 now. That's got to go at least up to 21, but ideally up to 24. Maybe 21 on the hat, or maybe only like 12 on the hat or something with the cooldown, something like that.
Yeah, so like 2 good lines.
Yeah,
Much,
yeah,
on
exactly.
Legendary.
Because the way that you see it now is like you have 2 lines on Epic, that's really cool, but that's basically like 1 non-prime line on Legendary, right? So then it becomes, the potential for gain there is insane, the amount of extra decks. But it's definitely the right choice to go harder on Starfroce now. But if you add all of the percentages decks up that you can gain, I mean, I'm not doing all the maths right now, but you're probably looking at like 200% decks or something that you could gain there. If you add all of it
I'm
up.
pretty low stat-wise.
Yeah, it still makes sense though. The Starfroce is definitely a more important thing, and during a 5, 10, 50, you do want to go super hard, so that's still the right call. But after that, there's still, cubing is going to be still super lucrative for you. I mean, I wouldn't really touch the WSE for a while. It's good enough for sure.
Yes, I'm pretty happy. I pretty much got all 3 items during the sale. Actually, like pretty cheap. If I didn't try to push my emblem, then like I would probably be considered super lucky to get 4 attack lines.
Nah, you aimed a little bit higher on that one.
No, I aimed for 2 attack lines. But like I got like 1 attack line, 1 damage line.
Oh yeah.
It's like it's not worth keeping.
No, yeah, true. That's true. Yeah. Yeah, ideally you want to get that top line for the extra 3%, but you have 12% dex to sweeten the deal, so.
Yeah, it's just a little bit decrease from having prime attack and just nothing on the 3rd line.
Yeah, if it's the same like your weapon, and then the 3rd line does absolutely nothing, it's pretty close to that.
Yeah, so definitely settable for at least for the time that I'm okay with staying like 2 lines on my
WSE.
Yep.
No, definitely. Yeah, well, you will gain a lot of weapon attack and stat just from the 17 star. So even if you have to take a step back on some other stuff while you're recubing and you lose the potential stat, you won't get weaker than now. And then once you roll into what you actually want, then you'll see the huge boost come in.
Yes, it's not really a huge problem, but getting weaker, because once again,
you're comfortable where you are now.
I can clear the content I want in job gear, which is like pretty much how realistically how weaker can I get, that I cannot clear the content.
No, exactly. It's you have a good buffer there. Yeah, I guess the only thing after that is getting the flames up a bit, right?
Yes, especially on my Apso. Like I believe I have like some 50 flames, so like I can realistically get like 30 more stats.
Yeah.
Or
Mm-hmm.
actually, do I?
The
Oh no,
shoes,
maybe
like,
it's a little bit higher than I remembered. But yeah, I
yep.
still can get
Mm-hmm.
higher.
Yeah, the shoes like
Mm,
close to 60. Glove is like 70-ish. Cape 70-ish. Yeah, like 20 on, like average, like 60 more stat I think between all your three Abzo. And then
okay.
the hat is like 60 something. The top is pretty good. That's like 80 plus, so that's good. And the pants is like around 80-ish as well. So those are good. So the hat can be a little bit better.
Yeah.
Um,
How would you say
Couple is
should
okay.
I spend money on flames? Especially like since Ranmaru is pretty much dead.
Yeah, it's a bit rough. That's a bit rough. What I usually do is if I feel like spending money, then I just see where are the biggest gains, and then I just throw some money at. But always determine before you start how much are you willing to spend. Never let it take you for a run, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes I just like, okay, I will spend the money I got from Ursus today
Mm-hmm.
and like buy 10 flames.
Yeah, something like that, yeah. Just be careful if you have like a single flame. That's sometimes it's better to let a single flame expire or throw it on another character than use it on your item, because the higher you get, you're literally looking at like, okay, there's like a 95% chance that your flame is going to make your item worse and like a 5% that it makes your item better. And then the higher you go, the lower that chance goes. Because when you think about it, 5%, oh, that's like 20 flames. I mean, the fact that if you use 20 flames, one of them is better than yours, then that's a good chance to flame, right? But that translates to 5%. So that's pretty low.
Yeah.
So that's how you're looking at it. People who are flaming endgame are looking at like less than 1% chance for an increase. So every 100 flames, there's like maybe one that's kind of good. Yeah, I usually just gather from the bosses, right? And if the first one starts blinking, then I start thinking about what item do I want to use it on. Well, usually I have an item in mind, you know, beforehand.
Okay, yeah. I didn't really had that problem because I was convinced that I should play my Dominator Pendant. So I always had like the item I don't care to decrease the flame score.
Yeah, yeah. Well, once you get all of the Abzo to like 80 plus, like 85 plus, and once the hat is like a little bit better, you can probably start on the Dominator Pendant again and aim for something like over 90, 95 or something at least, I guess. And you'll have it at 16, so then you can start trying to transpose. But I would say keep doing the Sweetwater Voyages for more dinero, because if you do want to go to 18, 19, 20 maybe, you are going to need a lot of dinero backups. Especially if there's 3 items that you're going to be Starforcing.
So if I'm keeping the Dominator Pendant, because well, the flame is obviously not good enough to keep and like to transpose. Should I push it to 17 stars or just like keep it at 16? Because
I'll keep it 16.
One day. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, and if you have any other, if you get any other Dominators to drop or something, and for some reason they have a good flame, then just get that one at 16, and then this one becomes something that you can later Starforce beyond, and then try to maybe transfer hammer into the Superior to make that one even higher.
I see.
That way you don't lose the investment cost. Or not as much, unless it booms, of course, but yeah, that's always the risk.
Yeah, but yeah. It's probably... Yeah, I will probably try to go smart about it.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think you'll be safe, like everything to 17. I think if you safeguard your Iron Face, 18 I think is very low risk, very reliable to do. I wouldn't risk on the Meister, but again, that's up to you personally if you do want to do that. And I think you can push the CR rate to 19 or 20. I think is definitely doable. If you just feel like you're very unlucky and it's just constantly failing and it's like draining you mentally almost and taking up too much of your time, do consider that there is still a lot to be gained on cubing as well. So it's not like if you don't spend your money now that you can't use it or something. Like there's still something to fall back on and to still make gains with. So it's not too bad to think about that.
Oh, that's actually a nice point, because I thought that they definitely will lose the money efficiency.
The efficiency,
well,
yeah, but if you compare like being able to go up to legendary because you do have that money and you currently have epic, that is a lot of room for improvement there. In general, people who are trying to push to 17 have everything like unique with 2-line, or some people already have some stuff at legendary, and then then you want to go way harder on Starfrocing. But for you, since you only have a few items that you're really going to push past, mainly the CRA, there's still a lot to be gained. And because, it's like 16% on your cape, 16% on your shoulder. That's already 32%. Like 13% on your shoes. There's like 75% dex already on 3 items. And then like your CRA can probably gain like 30, maybe 40% almost. So that's like 100% dex right there, and then we haven't even gotten into the accessories yet,
Yep.
100% dex is huge. But again, focus on Starfrocers. I believe you can get 20 star CRA, and then 18 star tattoo and monocle, and then all the other stuff to 17. You'll gain so much weapon attack and stat, it'll be crazy. And then once the cubing starts rolling in, you'll get a lot stronger. You're probably looking at an increase of like, I don't know, probably like, what is your stat right now?
21k maybe.
21? Yeah, I'll probably see you at, probably looking at an increase of like 17, 8, 9, 10. I think probably almost 200 weapon attack and like 4k stat or something. Everything combined?
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, and actually I will probably start one-shot with Seekers, so I can train efficiently and get even more money.
And
then get even more upgrades.
Yeah, and then the superior sub bonus should also start rolling in around then. And then you'll definitely see because your boss damage isn't crazy high, but then one chunk of 30 is going to help that look way better. Yeah, 130 is a little bit low, but then once you're going closer to 200, that's when you want to be. It's also because you don't have any line of boss yet on your WSE, so that's why it's relatively low.
I'm not really aiming for those.
Yep.
Like if I can take attack instead.
Yeah, especially if you're still going for mobbing, and then once you get to 250, you can reconsider your WSE and see like where do you want to go from there.
I believe that 9 attack is the best in slot potential for EVs.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, at least I do believe so, because you don't need any ignore defense. If you have Legion Wings and
do you get a lot of percentage damage from your buffs?
Actually,
your link skill gives 120. I guess that's a lot, but that's only 10-second uptime.
From spotlights you get, from hyper skill, you get boss damage from hyper skill. I didn't include that because it's only 30%. It's like only 25% uptime.
Okay.
So I guess Arc's link skill gives damage too.
Yeah, if you add all of that up, yeah. You had the Kadena, you had the Arc, you had the Explorer Mage. That's a lot. I'd be surprised if it's really 9 and 0, because I know for Arc it is, but we have like a ridiculous amount of damage. Like my boss damage during my burst, I think goes over 400, I think. And my damage bonus is close to 500, so it's around 900% total damage. So for me, it's 9 and 0. I'd be surprised if it wasn't like 8 and 1 for AB, or that 7 and 2, or like 7-1 and 1, or 8 and 1, if that wasn't like really close to 9 and 0. So it's possible that what you said is true, right? That it's the best in slot, but I would be very surprised if the other options aren't also really, really close. So make sure you don't look only for main attack. If you're like losing out on 0.3% final damage, but then you end up spending 80 bill more to get that one line, you know?
Oh yeah, that's for sure. When I when I will try to get 3 useful lines on my WSE, I will settle for ignore defense probably,
Mm-hmm.
just because, well, it's upgrade that I can get, and right now, and like for example, take another item to like potentially gain there. But yeah, 9 attack is the best potential you can get.
Yep. Okay.
AB's have a lot, like AB community is pretty active, I guess.
Yeah, I noticed that. They're the weeps take their numbers very seriously.
Yeah, we actually like have 2 ABs who cleared Black Mage
Mm-hmm.
already.
Mm.
And
I believe
they're
there was
both
one
kinda
yesterday,
active
right?
in Discord. What? Can you repeat?
I believe there was one yesterday.
Oh, he clears monthly.
Oh, okay, okay. But they smeg out like that the game was easy or something, right? And there was
maybe.
one soul shooter in there, I believe. So maybe there's a third one now.
There is a chance.
Yeah. I mean, because I don't think they would smeg out if it was like their 5th clear or something, right?
Well, I mean, he steals screenshots each time.
Okay, never mind. I mean, it's. I mean, if you clear Black Mage once, it's just piece of cake, right? It's like, why would it's not even an achievement? I mean, of course,
they're
it's
actually holding 3rd phase, like just holding it just to survive there. Or like I don't know why, but they just do it
they hold
because
it.
they can. Yeah, they don't phase it like for like long time.
Wait, why?
Because I believe that one of ABs have Jet. He's like also a Jet main,
Mm-hmm.
and he wants to get practice for his Jet because he began searching for Black Mage part for his Jet.
Oh, right, yeah, I know who it is. Yeah, this is like a 275 AB. Also has like a 273 jet or something.
Yeah, maybe 274 already.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Wait, so that guy's gonna run Black Mage on a jet? Oh, that's gonna be.
I mean, he wants to.
Yeah.
He really.
I'm waiting for the
He really
6 jet Black Mage clear. That's gonna be something. Destroying all the preconceptions. Full like 22-star arcane jets. Just on their ship, just flying around. Oh, that'd be beautiful. Okay.
I mean, you probably don't have 6 Jet mains right now.
There's probably 6, but the lowest is probably below 250, right? If you take like the 6 highest level jet mains, I don't think you have 6 jet mains that are over 250. Probably, but it'll be close to 6. Highest one is maybe like 250 or 251 or something. Like the the 6th highest jet main probably is lower than some people jet mules that they park there for Legion, you know?
Jet will shine one day.
Yes, one day. Super shiny.
Well, I guess thanks for help.
Yeah, I think we got through everything.
Yep, at least like the most the closest upgrades I can get.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, that lays out the path a little bit. It's gonna, for most of your things, I would probably keep the Abzo where it is if you want to go beyond, and then just look for the lower tier items, and then try to push for 20 or 21, and then transfer over to the other items. So mainly that would be the accessories. And then the items where you can't do that, you have to keep back up. So that's why I mentioned the CPQ and the Solo Voyages, because mainly for the Dinero items, there's no lower level items you want to transfer over for those, so it's going to be mainly just pushing on the items themselves, so you need a lot of Dinero backups. That's why that one stays important for a long time. For the other ones, for a lot of the rings, you can get Meisters, you can buy extra solids. For Helix, for the earrings, you can get the lower level earrings, try to YOLO for high stars, and then transfer over. So do keep that in mind if you're rolling the potential on some of the items. If the items aren't really going to be transfer hammered into later, then you can go a little bit harder on the potential. And if the item is eventually going to be transferred hammered into, then just 2%, like 2 lines of stat is like more than enough, and then you move over to other ones. So for your Abzo, you'll put the bar a little bit higher, also because it's level 160, right? So because the lines are a little bit higher. But then for the other stuff that might get stuff transfer hammered into, you know, if you're just doing like rounds of cubes, and you know, you might stop a little bit sooner on those. Then hopefully we get Dark Lords of Darkness and Wondroid soon, and then you can get some more stat out of that.
Yeah. Well, I hope that like the Starfroce event and like just getting 2 lines on every equip will be enough to get to Hard Lucid, because my battle analysis right now with my current gear is like 800 bill. So actually, like for my gear, I believe it's pretty high, because you see most of my equips are like epic with 1 line.
Yep.
So yeah, hopefully it will get me to that goal, and then I will just think what I want to do next.
Yeah, I think with the with all the stuff we talked about, if all of that stuff is done and you get the oh damn, what, there's like one thing more. Oh, I was just gonna mention Hard Lucid, you were mentioning the stat, the upgrade, the BA. Fuck. I was thinking your BA is probably gonna get like around 2.5. But there was something else that I was thinking about, but now I can't remember what it was. Fuck. The levels, the stat. Yeah, I can't remember now. Fuck. Probably not important, otherwise I would remember.
You know, I'm usually in chat.
Yeah, if I remember later. If I listen back to it, I'd be like, oh yeah, that.
Oh yeah, that's definitely important stuff. Though.
Yeah, that's super important thing, yeah. No, it's just, oh yeah, the superior set bonus, yeah. Once all that stuff and the superior set bonus comes in, then I think you'll definitely hit 2.5.
Is 2.5 like a bare minimum, or it's like lower side, but not?
I think 2 is like bare minimum, and if you're support, you can be a bit lower. But you're a little bit burst heavier, so you probably want to be closer to 2.5 to 3 for your contribution.
Well, I have a 20% final damage debuff. So
yeah,
like, I guess AB support.
Yeah, it's a little bit supporty. Yeah, it's like what Mercedes have a little bit as well. They give like more critical damage, more IE. Is it final damage debuff? Is it and also an IED debuff?
You can.
Oh, that's in the hyper.
Well, it can become if you use a hyper.
Then it's like 10% or something, right?
Maybe it's like 15.
Yeah, because 10 would be shit.
Yeah, it's not like really good because you have another hyper skills, and like you pretty much maybe want to use it. Yeah, minus 15. If your Trinity caps, so you don't want to use damage and ignore defense because it will cap even without it. Okay. So I guess you can bring utility from Final Ribbon.
I see. Stat says that the final damage is only for the Angelic Buster, but that other members get damage percentage bonus.
Oh.
If it's debuffed. So
yeah, true. Yeah, and Angelic Buster gets 25% final damage.
Yeah.
Well,
that's
feels
pretty good.
Bad. Now you exposed me to my entire Lucid party.
Yep, not as. Did you sell yourself into that party saying that you were giving them 20% final damage?
Well, not for normal.
Uh-oh. The retaliations will start. Dude, now we kick him. Well, I hear that OLL is looking for a new Lucid party, so if anyone is recruiting...
After lines change, I can clear golems with my mobbing skills. super important.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah.
I
Yeah,
will
you
need
want to keep
4 lines instead of 2.
keep him around, chat. It's crazy. And extra lines on the spinny skill in the middle.
Oh, true.
If you're
There's
like
so much utility.
yeah,
First phase.
crazy. Reduced incoming
You have to
damage.
have a Kana and AB
Yeah.
if you want to clear.
Yeah. It's got to be part of the meta for Black Mage. Instead of Shade and Kana and Bishop, it's going to be just Kana and AB, and that's going to be the support.
No, you have to have 2 ABs.
Oh,
So
2
you
ABs.
Can, have 100% uptime on the final ribbon debuff.
Oh, yeah, on the debuff. Yeah, exactly, yeah. And 2 Kanas to keep Kishin up for the... Oh, no, wait.
To have domain.
Yeah, who needs a 0 support when you can have 2 ABs?
It's more damage.
0 gets
More utility.
50% IED debuff. But meanwhile, we have AB with 15%, you know? But they're also, you know,
I mean,
cute superhero girls,
if you're
so...
at endgame and you need 50% ignore defense, then you're doing something wrong.
Yeah,
You don't know how your
you failed.
stats work.
Yeah. You need that progression session from Scardor.
Exclamation mark progression, exclamation mark IED.
Yeah. Make sure you check it, chat. It's very important. Okay. Well, if that's everything, see the symbols are coming along nicely. So there's also a lot of stats still there. Even if your equip isn't going to be upgrading, there's like 4,000 more stat, I think, in the symbols, which that is a lot as well. Don't underestimate those dailies.
I mean, you can see, like, I really don't like a line.
Yeah, that one's a little bit lagging behind. It kind of makes sense, though. What floor are you clearing? Like 80 or something? Can you do 90?
Well, I actually long settling of floor 60, just not pushing. I just go in, clear it in like 20 seconds and go out and forget about that area, that region.
But yeah, I mean, if you push 10 floors, then that means that every day you gain 1 more symbol, right?
Yeah.
So if you have to go up 30 floors, that's like 3 symbols per day. So that means in a month you get 90 more symbols.
Well, but that sounds worth it only if I push like 20, 30 floors.
Yeah, because the way you want to look at it, you went to 60. That's what my Adele pushed to at 220. My Adele pushed to 60, but that's mainly because of guild skills. So I would consider just pushing the guild skills, pushing all the buffs you have, and just see if you can push to 80.
I can probably push to 90, but
probably, but
sure
90 might be harder to.
Be able to
yeah.
it.
You do have good bursts.
Like, bossing skill is not the mobbing skill.
Yeah, you might have to save the You might have to save your guild skills and do it with your guild skills, like in the morning or something. Or what I do with the Adele sometimes is I do it in the evening with the guild skills, and then I wait for reset and then do it again right after. And then I leave the character online and then go to sleep, and then when I wake up, the guild skills are back online, basically. And then you can use it for other stuff and bossing during the day if you want.
Well, I mean, I don't really use my guild skills for anything but that one lucid run.
Okay, yeah.
So
then you have a bit more flexibility. Yeah, for me, it's because I switch characters a lot. Whenever I want to get on the character, I want to make sure that the skills are available and that I don't have to start waiting like 40 minutes when I get on a character, because then the whole plan is om zeep, as they say here. Well, if you do that, good luck. I believe in you. Or maybe wait until after the upgrade or something. Then you can definitely push to 90, I think. Maybe even to 100.
Yeah. I guess if I will be bored and like, okay, I still have luck line dailies. Yes, won't hurt if I just try.
Yep. No, guild skills don't reset at reset. What I'll do is like I'll use my guild skills right before reset and then do Dream Defender. Wait until reset happens until I can do Dream Defender again and use them in the same duration of the guild skills. And then I'll leave my character online when I go to sleep. And then when I wake up, the cooldown for guild skills will be reset. Because I waited, because it was AFK for 8 hours, you know? That's more what I mean. Guild skills always keep their regular cooldown. All right. Well, best of luck then.
Thank you.
And on the, let me know when you get your first hard lucid drop.
Oh, you will know.
Yeah.
That's
Oh yeah.
probably the first thing I will do. I just come to chat and post stuff.
Yeah, just like with Nate, like look what I got. Screenshot, screenshot.
Yeah.
No, you will have earned it, worked hard, and you will be very, very welcome to show it off in the chat for sure.
Thank you.
Yep, you're welcome. And well, I'll see you around, and best of luck on everything.
Thanks. See ya.
Yep, see you around. The conversation was fine. Thank you, Discord. Boom. All right. All right. That was our resident Angelic Buster Flying E-Girl OLL from the chat. If you found this helpful for you to prioritize your own upgrades, I'm very happy with that. And if you would like one of these sessions, check the description of the video. If you'd like to contribute to my class grid that I have, basically I made a huge tier list that I'm trying to keep up to date. It takes into account mobbing, bossing, bursting, off bursting, all the meta, tries to rank all the classes. I'm gonna make a beautiful thing with this where basically you don't have to look at all the numbers, but you can just put in, I want to have this be good, this be low, this be high. I don't care about these two stats. And then it'll tell you which classes might be a good idea for you to try. Basically to help you pick a class, pick a main that might be one that you enjoy. Currently, I'm gathering numbers for battle analyses, for monster kills per hours in maps. You can use the Veteran Hunter Challenge under the challenge tab under your medal to count how many monsters you kill, so you don't have to manually count. The game will count for you. And also, if you have any training videos of you training anywhere, basically anywhere in the Arcane River. The higher the area, the better. If it's like Moonbridge, like anywhere in Tenebris, that'd be very useful. But mainly Tenebris stuff, because I'm trying to get more input on the endgame mobbing, on the key input amount and the mobility for classes and how relevant that is training past 250 mostly. That is the info that I'm currently gathering. I'll put a link in the description for that as well. If you want to contribute to that, thank you very much. I also have a Reddit thread sometimes that you can use, but it'll all be gathered in the same place, so don't enter your information in both of those. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace!